knowledge and live your truth, bro.
So okay, so the problem is
You have to.
So here's the thing. Here's the problem with a lot of men, and I know this from me, taking a life coach and going to be a certified life coach, all that stuff. The biggest thing about men, and like you just said, you just have to sit there and you have to just digest that for a minute. As men, we have a tendency to tie our value to how we receive by everybody.
Yes.
It ain't even just about women. It's our dudes, brothers, our kids. We have a tendency to directly tie how we value ourselves to how other people receive us. It just is what it is. So you got
How do you combat that, Brian?
Okay, so with it goes back to with the insecurities, insecurities, all that stuff tied to your boundaries, everything. Because the reason why a lot of people have a hard time setting boundaries, it ain't because you don't feel strongly about what you're setting the boundary about. You more caught up on how the person you setting the boundary gonna receive. How they gonna feel after you set that boundary. So you scared of how the relationship with that person may be after you set this boundary.
But based on what? An insecurity from the past?
It's based. It can be your insecurity. You could trigger that person's insecurity.
Yeah.
Because
we all got something.
We all got some type of insecurity. So you can come to somebody, you can tell a girl something, and she could have had a past experience, and you telling her that you have that boundary that's somewhat similar to something she's been through, it's gonna trigger her. So now I done set this boundary. This is what I need. This is a hard boundary.
Right.
So now I got to deal with how me and your relationship about to change. Because I needed you not to do this.
So we need to talk about hard boundaries out the gate.
Off the jump. If you got it, I said I'm gonna
hard boundaries out the gate.
I'm gonna truth your ass to death. I'm gonna tell you, this is what the fuck I need. This is what I want. This is what triggers me. I'm gonna truth you to the point that you say, all right, nigga, that's too much.
Right.
That's good.
That's
cool.
But then on the flip side of that too, you gotta not necessarily tightrope, but you gotta figure out that line between. Sometimes you don't have to elaborate out the gate.
Nope.
I don't like to gauge.
So you can set your boundary and not hit it with the truth.
No, I don't like that because
set your RPM.
So now I'm tricking you.
No.
So now I'm tricking you.
No, you're not.
So again, could you imagine?
You put the truth out there when it need to be out there.
Yeah.
No, that's
it's like, yo, as we talk and as we engage in the conversation, we ain't gonna get nothing but the truth. But I ain't about to volunteer just everything.
And that's misleading. No, that's misleading because now you ask your girl, you say, who was all there? Everybody. 20 seconds go. Everybody was there. But then when she say everybody was there, you like, oh, I guess it was Tisha, Toya, April, all them.
Yeah.
But she was saying everybody, nigga, Tyrone, Jesse, all of them niggas. And you said, well, why the fuck did you tell me? And you said, well, I did. I said everybody was there.
No.
So you're going for a fucking job.
That's the kind of all you
Believe it or not, you needing that full disclosure, that's an insecurity.
So
wait, I got it. For a job and I say, how much you shit pays? You say some monies.
No, it's not. I got it.
If I'm going for a fucking job and I say, what else I got to do? You say a couple things.
No.
You insecure because you asked what you had to do.
That ain't even going out relationship.
Because before you that ain't the same thing.
Before you got
this shit is not the same.
I'm gonna get it back to you what you just asked. Before you got here, he asked this question. He said, in reference to my job, if he offered me $1 million, as long as the only requirement was I had to change my shift, but I do it. He's like, everybody gonna say yeah. But when you offer me that and you say, all you gotta do is change your shift, are you going to explain to me when you say all you gotta do is change your shift, but this is why I need you to change your shift? I need you to change your shift because with my company, this is where I really need you. In my company, I'm lacking in this area.
Or
are you just going to keep it?
You need the reason.
Or are you just going to keep it? I need you to change your shift.
Hey, I'm off you $1 million to change the shift. You change your motherfucking shift.
Exactly.
I'm just asking you a question.
No, right. So, but you're not going to.
I'm not gonna give you a fucking reason why.
Exactly. But if I say, okay, but let me ask you, why do you need me to change my
My
shift?
shift might be at the company in another fucking country.
Exactly.
That $1 million is about the offset.
And right, and that's what it gotta be. But that's what I'm saying. But that's the reason why, like he said, in reference to it may be the fact that you're insecure. Reference why when they say everybody was there, if you don't ask a detailed question, okay, so who was everybody? And you just take everybody was there, and then later on,
Everybody trying to make me look crazy. If this was your shit,
Answer to the shit
no,
you saying.
if this was your fucking shit, and you answer these questions, if this was, matter of fact, females, if your dude say, I'm going here, and he don't mention the 40 other billion bitches that's there, you gonna be cool with it? Fuck no! So again, with all of these guys,
Listen.
the females
My
don't
girl
ask
know I
detailed
work out
questions.
every day. She know it's hella chicks in there. I took her to a west side. She like, oh, this the booty gym. She know I go to that motherfucker.
she hates it. No, I ain't saying, listen, she know you go, she know you
What
go.
gym is that?
Yeah, shit, I'm trying to
No, they gotta pay me if I'm gonna say their name. No. What gym is that? Oh, hey, we about to get sponsored. What gym is that?
Hey,
What's the sponsorship?
what he
Sport on Tiedemann. Hey, send me a couple hours. I get y'all flooded.
what he just said,
Everybody going. All the citizens going.
what he just said though made so much sense.
Which piece?
No,
You know, just in regards of she knows I do it, and she ain't trying.
oh, you ain't like it.
Cause you know I take her anytime.
So, but again,
Come on, baby.
just because your spouse or your person know that you do it, don't mean they cool with it. Y'all motherfuckers really gotta understand that shit. Just because we know that you go to the club Friday, Saturday, and Sunday,
Oh no,
we ain't cool with this shit. But what the fuck can we say? Yeah, oh, well, my baby daddy, he bring the kids over on Saturday and he stay a little bit, but he just come to the door. But then he come. We don't like this shit. We know we can't say shit.
Would you agree that a woman would be more so cool with it than a guy is?
Would a woman be more so cool with what?
With I know all the bitches at the gym. You know what I'm saying? You
Is
going
she
to work
cool
out,
with
or all the niggas at the gym flexing their muscles. She'll be more cool with it than we would. We definitely ain't about to be cool with her going to the gym. All these niggas, boom, boom, boom. A woman would be cool with it
I
because
don't think she is. I just say again, we take for granted our spouses the way that they feel because we say, well, it just is what it is. Like, and again, I'm not standing on no soapbox and no shit. I'm just telling y'all, you have to take that shit in. Even though you do it and I kick it all the time, that don't mean she cool with it. Even though, you know, shit again, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I got this nigga motherfucking personal help, nigga, I'm gonna have a motherfucking midget in the book
Just
bag.
last night.
Just spraying oil and shit as I walk down the street. I'm gonna be naked all the time. But again,
that's why
with my
God ain't
spouse,
gonna give you that because he knows
I
what you
know
gonna
it,
do with
nigga. I know
That's
it.
why niggas ain't got money because
I
I
be
know.
there,
I ain't give you all this bread. I ain't give you all this money because I know what you gonna do with it. And when you understand that, then you'll be blessed.
Guess
with
what?
you
Guess
be
what?
responsible.
Speaking on that, remember I said, I first started getting my contracts. I was like, I saw you long. I ain't long.
I know.
Cause I had these trees, these kind. I'm like, I ain't never had to front so much money to get the materials. I'm learning all this stuff. So I'm like, Glass, this nigga right here.
I'm like, bro, handle your business, bro. Whatever you need, I got you.
So,
But at first I was charging you interest.
yeah,
And as
so
you
like,
got
you
closer,
charge your nigga
I'm like,
interest?
my nigga, it's all right. Hey, look, that's when you first build it.
Oh, that's business.
That was
Shit,
business.
that's the way you
Look,
feel.
how we got
Understood
close.
that.
I'm like, bro, you
Yeah,
should.
hey, look. I said, nigga, you charging interest? I said, man, hey, we always fell out about that.
I'm like, it's
shit, too.
business, bro.
Hey, but look,
you gonna
after
understand
a
That's
while,
what it is.
but what's so crazy is after a while, I'm like, damn, I understand.
This
You
is
know
how
what I'm
this
saying?
nigga operate
I
now.
understand. Like now I operate like, nah, you can't get shit because now I understand Like you ain't gonna do what
But
you
that
supposed
risk
to do.
was
But you know,
that
it
it taught
established
me
trust.
too.
It
No.
established our trust in each other.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and it taught me a lesson. It taught me because before I was never I was never financially stable. You know that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And it taught me how to be financially stable. It taught me how to, you know what I'm saying, manage my money. Now I'm like, man, shit. I'm like talking to Jay, like, what we doing? Let's go do some business. Where we going? Hey, let's.
But at the
like-
same,
like mindedness.
but at the same time, you were never the type of guy to where you were not a bad bet, or you were not a person who when you walk up,
Exactly. I can put my money where my
So you were
mouth.
not a
Because I already
person-
knew his vision. I knew his
Yeah,
hustle.
that's
like,
You know what I'm saying?
like,
I ain't just putting my bread with anybody.
Right.
I already knew. Like,
Yeah,
nigga,
he
here,
was-
whatever you need. I know you.
He has never been the type of guy to where he woke up trying to figure out how he get over on people.
Yeah.
I love his mother.
Like I knew.
Hey man, I'm getting fucked up. Nigga, you stay in Cambodia.
So like,
We're bowling, girl. Me and you don't even worry about it.
and like I didn't know this dynamic in reference to what y'all were doing with the money, but when he first talked about trying to expand, his ideas were huge in reference to nobody that we all grew up with was like, you gonna get some RTA contracts? Like, oh, you gonna be doing some stuff. You had to be white, you had to be a Russo, you had to have some connections. Like, that ain't gonna happen. And so then more and more as it became more and more of a conversation, it was like, okay. Like even, I ain't even gonna lie, 1 year, like I said, I use myself as testimony because that's how I do. I bartend. I've been bartending for over 10 years. There was one winter, I was a little fucked up. I was not working, was not bartending at all. This nigga's plowing. He like, what you doing? Shit, nigga sitting in the house waiting for the weather to change. I work to get a bartend job. Nigga, come ride with me. We want snowplow. And I was like, nigga, I don't know nothing about snowplow. He was like, I just need somebody to ride with me. I'm gonna do the truck. It's gonna be a shovel on the back. You grab that, you do the sidewalk, and then I put some money in your pocket. I was like, what time are you talking about? Nigga, it's gonna be late at night when you normally up because you're a night owl. I was like, all right, cool, bet. We did that for the whole winter. I'm like, all right, cool, he's my nigga. I ain't even had to tell him I was fucked up. Once I got back to Barton, I was like, this nigga he didn't even ask what was going on with me. He just knew that I wasn't moving how I normally move. So he was just like, hey, come with me. So that's why I say, and that's why I feel what all y'all say in reference to, you definitely have to put that, I guess you want to say that situation out there to see who you can trust. Because in those situations, I was like, yup, he didn't even ask me what was going on. He was just like, come on, let's go. I got you. So I was like, cool, I know I can trust him. And so then it turned over to where when you start hanging, I was like, well, if you cool with that nigga, then here we go. Then it turned over to where I was like, I know you from other people, but then I was like, wait, you related to him? Oh, and I know you cool. Then we good.
Like mindedness, man. We all got shit in common, and you just can see that. Like, okay.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
But that's where I tell anybody, man, and I mean, it's now we didn't skip from you fucking Cambodians and shit.
Oh, he wanted to go back too. He wanted to go back. Hey, he's sitting there patient.
I was trying to get off of that. That's why I was trying to chime in real fast, right?
But it goes, on a serious note, but it goes to, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have those people in your circle. And we always go back to this, B, always. You gotta have those people in your circle that you know you can trust. You gotta have those people that's in your circle that you know when you fucked up, that you can know that you can count on them. You know what I'm saying? Like I know my cousin right here. He was married to my cousin. We weren't even cousins. I love this man to death, man, because he didn't, man, when I was going through some shit, hey, he like, man, keep your head, like, hey, I got you. And he had me. You know what I'm saying? No matter what business moves that we done had that may fell by the wayside, we locked in still. You know what I'm saying? I love that dude to death, man.
But I also say you have to be open, like I was telling him, in reference to those blessings. You have to be open to, you may not see or you may not know what next week is going to look like.
Yeah.
But as long as somebody who calls you that you trust even a minute, and they have a conversation with you, you be like, this shit is actually kind of veering towards what I'm going through. Like, this might work a little bit, even if it's for a week, even if it's for a month. Like I said, it was just for the winter.
Trust is fucking difficult.
Hey, but no.
I'm not saying it's not difficult, but
it is difficult.
You have times to where it's levels.
Yeah.
So I'm at 50% with this man because we did grow up together. We went to high school.
Yeah.
We are young adults, but now we actually are really trying to figure out how our household is gonna take care of.
Yeah.
But he called me and he like, nigga, come on, like, what you doing, shit? You always up, nigga. I need a partner because I'm falling asleep behind the wheel. So let's go. I'm like,
I mean, so
Alright.
in
Not work like that.
exactly. That's what
we
I'm
know
saying. So
what
you
that-
gotta.
Not work like that.
So, I've been knowing these two dudes. I know him for a split second, but now we just recognize we have another bond. I know it. Me and this man bond is almost stronger than me and his bond. But at the same time, you know what I mean? If y'all said, hey, I ain't about to buy the new J's, or I ain't about to eat that cookie, or I ain't about to, you didn't lie to your fucking self. So am I expecting another human being not to lie to me and not be distrustful? Y'all got listen.
No,
I'm saying shit
that's
that
gonna
I
happen.
said
That's a different
that
level of trust.
that
That's gonna happen.
sounds
That's gonna happen.
very harsh. I get it, and that's what everybody say to me. You very harsh. You
But
say harsh
it's
shit.
levels to it.
But
You can lie to me about some bullshit.
Hey, I lie to myself all the
But,
time.
so if you gonna
But
lie to you,
I lie to myself all the time.
but if you
But-
lie to you, Reek, you don't think nobody else gonna lie to you?
But that's a
Right.
character.
That's my character.
But that's a character thing. Like,
But I see what you're saying though.
yeah, I get exactly what you're saying, but that's like you
My
like
character to my nigga right there, I would never lie to my nigga because we know
yeah, like I get
period
it.
where we
Yeah,
stand.
but you
But
compare-
at the
you
same
compare
time,
the stuff
if-
you buy, like to look like you comparing the stuff that people may potentially lie about to like small like
Yeah, that's-
intangible things. Like,
Oh, you sound like
No,
so
I'm
it's a
saying-
white collar crime.
no, I'm saying
White collar crime.
it ain't come to me.
It ain't a black Kodak crime.
If you come to me and ask me, like if you come to me and ask me right now, if you come to me and ask me right now, man, you redoing the music on your bike, man? No, I'm fucking done with that bike. And then he see me in a month,
Shit.
and I'll be like, I done redid my whole bike.
He done went over some shit.
I thought you said you lied to me about doing that.
No, I didn't.
You can't say you can't trust me because
Right.
something like that.
And
That's what I mean.
I give you the other one.
You can't lie about something that's detrimental to my health,
Right.
my money, my family, my religion. That little bullshit.
I
But if it happens multiple times,
Don't cheat on me.
Right.
but if it happens multiple times, if I ask this motherfucker right here, hey, so such and such, and he give me a small lie. And I say, damn, you was fucking with old girl? And he like, yeah, man, you know I smashed. Lie again. And I say, hey, man, hey, you do such and such.
Right.
And I say, hey. He said, yeah, man, I got this new contract. I said, damn, nigga. And he lied again. Now, even though that shit is not affecting me.
Them ain't real
Wait,
small lies.
No, what I'm saying is,
Bullshit lies.
even though it's not affecting
Dumb
me,
lies.
do I subconsciously know your character and say this nigga's a liar?
But you
could, though, depending on you. Depending on you. I get what
wait,
you're saying. Me and Rico supposed to meet up every weekend at a club or bar. We don't show up.
But wait,
And then
I'll call you back.
we don't show up. Because we
here's the
know.
thing. What you're saying is until it actually hits you or affects you, it's just okay, I'm on deck of watching. Like how he said with the music. I could tell this man, I done did my music, nigga, come the next 2 months, I'm gonna pick up every J's that come out. But then when some shit happens, when it comes to my house or my vehicle, I'll be like, yeah, look, I ain't doing that. But I'm not calling him and telling him. I'm not calling him back and telling him, all right, I ain't doing that. I gotta reach retract what I said.
But I guess it
But
comes back
but
to-
until
Yeah.
he calls
Yeah,
me
you do.
and
It
says,
depends on what
"Hey,
it is.
listen, I need AJ. Can I borrow 500?" And I say, "I got you. When you need it, I need it on the 15th." And I don't show up.
No, that's the issue.
Then
It's levels to it. It's levels to it.
Because like
It's levels to it.
I said, I'll use me. And
Yeah.
this guy knows me. He knows me.
Yeah.
When I say these two really know me, you could tell me, AJ,
Yeah, man.
we gotta be somewhere at a certain time. You better tell me an hour beforehand, because I'm always showing up late.
Hey, this
Every
nigga,
fucking
hold on.
time.
I borrowed some money from this nigga. This nigga bought me his $500 in tips and singles down there.
So
From bartenders.
So, yeah,
Like,
it's
sit
different.
there.
So one thing I'll say about today, I know we running short, we about to get done with it.
But I hate to break the circle.
Yeah.
Now look at this nigga right
I hate to
here.
break the
You
circle.
gonna count right in the middle of your closing statement.
I seen this nigga check his phone.
I know, man.
Yeah, damn, you ain't shit.
Go to Cambodia.
So real shit, like we touched on a lot of different things, a lot of different issues. We gonna be on point the next time that we do that. Me and Rick talked about this actually staying on topic. So you know we don't still because we didn't went across the goddamn board. On
No, but it's good
a lot of
though.
shit.
It's
You know
good,
it is.
though.
It is.
God wanted it to be like that, bro.
It is.
So boom, it's built.
It is, and you know, and like, and so we talk about like, so I got my own podcast too, basic premise.
Wait, he done plugged in the book, not the
I done plugged in the
podcast.
book.
Okay, all right. So
Goddamn, this the business.
Yo, you got
This
glass.
not a movement. This is a
You
business.
got glass house renovations, man. Come get some property. You need some see. You need something done. Kitchen renovation show. I'm out there to edit down. I'm all over the place. Hey, the sport. I'm gonna do your name out there. Fuck with me. I'm a certified personal trainer. Holla at your boys, man.
I just think, well, shit, I got some I'm trying to match this nigga shit up. No, but I thoroughly enjoy it, and I mean, like, truly and honestly, you look around the room, and this black man from this age to that age, you know, from this experience to this financial standpoint, this is what we gotta do. This is the mental health aspect of all of this shit.
We need to talk about that. Hey, facts.
You know, like, because we don't know how to deal with it. Like, we talk about insecurities. We just, I mean, we touched on that.
Family
I know
dynamics.
Rick said they was killing me on goddamn live. And I get it. And that's fine, though. But, again, you can kill me. You can say something about him, about the shit that we discussed, somebody else had to discuss.
Right.
This is like a motherfucking rap bar. He'd be like, oh, well, you know, he stole that bar from Big. Motherfucker, he ain't the first person to think about it.
Right.
So again, I'm not the first person to think about it. I might be the first person to actually say it out loud. I don't give a shit what nobody thinks about what I say. But I love the whole fact that we were able to get together and discuss it. So I appreciate you having me on.
And hey, this was just breaking the ice, man. I think, man, we're gonna have real structured topics.
Oh, tomorrow.
You know,
Tomorrow, if y'all want to come
That shit
downtown,
like
we gonna have my
Just let it flow how
podcast.
let it flow how it flow, man.
2:30. Y'all want to show up
What time?
2:30 tomorrow at the big.
Okay. I'll be there.
Wait,
I'll definitely be there, bro.
you said who?
I'll tell you. I shouldn't have said it out loud.
Okay, you sent it to me.
Yeah, I was live.
It's all right.
All them down Cambodia.
God damn.
But going back to like what they said in reference to mental health, it's one of those to where you have no idea what we have no idea in reference to mental health. We have no idea what people are going through when they have those mental health issues. And so I was watching the podcast, and the person who was talking was Tyrese. He was like, in reference to all the success he's had, all the money he has. He talks in reference to his rants on social media and all that, and everybody comments on how much he rants. He was like, I do that to give back because I have no idea who is following me and who's watching what they're going through. So when, and he's the person who believes in the Lord, he was like, when the Lord is speaking to me, I just go and talk. Because I'm like, somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to listen to this. You may not need it, and if you don't, that's cool. Just unfollow me.
Right.
It's that easy. You can just go ahead and hit that unfollow button and we good. But it's somebody that does. So even speaking into that, even though we didn't get into that topic, what we were talking about, everybody was passionate about what they said. Everybody was feeling what they were saying. So hopefully somebody or whoever was watching, that helped them in reference to, oh, okay, it's okay for me to actually have the confidence to set the boundaries. Okay, it's okay for me to have the confidence to have that uncomfortable conversation with my woman. Or to know, okay, I'm not wrong for the next relationship I get in, I can have that conversation with my woman. Because I thought I was the only person.
Hey, let me say this real quick, definitely, because I'm gonna get out of here. I know I said a couple times, man, you gotta be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have those hard conversations. Too many of us, speaking on mental health, too many of us is not having those hard conversations. You know what I'm saying? With your significant other, with your extended family members, with your employers, workers, whoever, with your whoever. We're not having those serious conversations. So that's what's been holding us back for so long. You know what I mean? So I've been telling people all year, this is the year of the truth. Whether you got mental health issues, tell somebody. You getting sexually abused, tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? You in a relationship that you feel like is holding you down, talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with your kids. Our kids going through shit because ain't nobody really building with them and talking to them about truth. You feel me? You know what I mean? Get your relationship right with God, whatever you believe in. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian man, and it's like I've never been tapped into my Christianity as much as I am now. You feel me? So it's just kind of like, yo, you gotta find your truth, and you ain't gonna prosper until you do. The enemy want to keep us down. So that's the biggest thing, man. So we talk about trust. Trust seemed like that was the topic of discussion for real.
It really was.
That's the topic of discussion, right?
And what I was trying to put out there, I'm in therapy every week, once a week.
My man, facts.
My therapist said, the realest shit. She said, you choose to trust. If you don't choose to trust, you ain't gonna trust nobody. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gonna drive yourself crazy mistrusting motherfuckers until they prove you different.
And it's gonna hold you back.
And that's why I think
It's gonna hold you back.
You feel me? Like, if my wife gonna go out
Got
with some
to.
fuck
That's the
shit,
way it's designed.
that's who she is. And
Oh, see, now we're about to go in, because I'm... Damn! Because,
Hey,
no,
if you can't trust
no,
somebody,
literally-
don't have them around you.
No, I don't trust nobody.
Man,
So
Is a trusting them to be exactly
who they
you gotta
are.
know who they are, though.
So again, you gotta understand where I come from. So when you say I grew up on 149th Kisman, I didn't did dirts. I won't say the dirts that I've done, but I grew up doing dirts early. Then I moved to the Heights. But then afterwards, you say I was a cop for a majority of my life. Yeah, my trust value for people,
It's low.
being a street dude, and then being a cop and knowing how this shit works.
But you've been.
But that's trauma.
So again,
That's trauma.
so
That's
again,
programming trauma.
Hey,
So
that
again,
was-
it is.
That was originally what we supposed to talk about. Trauma.
So we gonna touch on that. That's gonna be the next thing we're gonna touch on is what pricks us, which is trauma. So I say what pricks you, like why are you so upset, or what makes you move the way that you move? What pricks you? Why did you get angry?
Because we gotta get past.
Why were you sad
All
at
those
that?
answers, we gotta get past that.
So
We'll get to that.
but we talk about that, but that shit right there is the biggest thing with everybody is how you were raised. Like again,
That's what I said.
when I say relationship stuff, and I talk about this and I coach, and when I tell you that you need to do a background check with whoever you fuck
That's
with,
what I said.
everybody thought I was crazy when I first initially said that. Like, man, you get a background check when you get a house. You get a background check when you get a car. You get a background check when you get a job. So why in the fuck when you have a background check when you find a person? Y'all are absolutely
Ain't nothing
crazy.
wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ain't nothing wrong with
so even when we was talking about what's your credit score?
Yeah.
Or we was talking about mental health in your family. These are background checks that people don't want to have.
But what's so
Go ahead.
crazy?
You gotta have those
Yeah.
conversations.
But what's so crazy is when you have them conversations, it's gonna catch them off guard. Like, oh, this is a different kind of person. For one,
Yes.
two is also gonna help you
We
understand
How fast you need to slide?
How fast
Oh,
you
I'm
slide.
I'm out this
either
shit.
slide or not even slide. You ain't even gotta slide. Are you able or are you willing to be coached
Connect.
into where I'm trying to go? Because if you can't get where I'm trying to go, then
But that depends too on how far you. That still depend on
what they
your
want.
conversation,
Yeah, the
some things, your do's and your don'ts.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can work with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay. That ain't too bad.
Yeah.
No, what's the goal, nigga? Now, be honest. See again, y'all
Like,
keep
I'ma tell you.
pushing around me. What's the goal then? So
The
if
goal-
I'm meeting you and the goal is the whole, then I don't give a fuck with your background.
Hey, all our goals the same.
Honestly,
But if I'm
but
trying to
all our
break-
goals is the
okay,
same. All right, so let's keep it real. All right, the goal is to fuck.
goal is the whole.
The goal is to fuck.
Yeah,
But
sure.
hold on. We gonna keep it real. The goal is that. But there's also other goals that are more important too. You gotta understand.
You gonna fuck? We gonna fuck quick.
regardless.
We gonna fuck.
Carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com.
The fucking that's gonna happen quick. That's gonna happen within the first week,
I
right?
don't even want
So
your
hold on,
vagina at
hold
this
on.
point, man.
But
you
you
gotta
gotta-
be a certain caliber chick.
Hey, even if
Then I'm
you
even
get
fucking
that is.
hey,
Even with that,
Rick,
you
even if
still
you
got
get the
some
pussy
chicks.
early, she could still be a good woman.
That's
She could
true.
still be the right one.
That's true.
She could still be that.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta wait 90 days to get the pussy to determine I'm not doing all that shit.
Absolutely.
If she got
No.
pregnant, she might have like a fucked up. Her ex-boyfriend might have
Yeah.
fucked up her pregnant.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
listen,
but
sometimes
now you gotta correct
It's so many different. It's so
If
many
she
different.
working, why not?
Well, you gotta teach her.
You said I wait on 90 days.
You gotta do it.
Well, you ain't say good.
I'm not even
No,
having
we
a
talking-
conversation
no,
about
we
waiting 90 days.
we gonna keep going. Yo, give me this bitch all night. Give me this bitch all night, but literally, these are the conversations
But we need
They
to
gotta
have
be
it.
had.
be had.
They gotta be had. They gotta be
Yeah,
had.
definitely. I guess it's more so of these sessions need to be had. That way we all understand what is comfortable and what's not. That way we don't feel we're just on an island by ourselves.
I mean, these are conversations you gotta have to help you get to the realization that you got some stuff you gotta work through.
Absolutely.
Cause like the stuff like us, ain't no, okay, so we said, oh man, that's an insecurity. And you reacted how you reacted. But let a woman had told you that. You would've flipped out.
You defensive.
Yeah, you would immediately took off. But us, like him, when he said that, you was like, damn man, I'll let you talk for a minute.
Yeah,
I'd have
yeah.
sat back with that, man, you right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like these kind of conversations that you gotta have.
It'll take us.
Hey, a
Whole
woman can
day,
tell me
two
I
whole
got
weekend,
weekend, I'm
understand.
cool with
Yeah.
that.
We done
I'm
fucked
gonna work
up.
on it. Like, baby, you right.
You know what I'm
I can
saying?
work on that.
Even with
That's where I'm at in my life.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, even my niggas can be like, hey man, nigga, you did me wrong back then, but hey man,
I was just
I got
having
you,
this
my bro.
conversation
I got
with somebody about
whatever
that
it takes for us
last
to
week.
be solid.
I'm at a
I'll
point in
work
my
on
life
that.
right now where
No
I
matter-
got
even
going
my
on
mama,
my
like,
life,
nigga,
it's like, you know what, man, you hurt my
I
feelings.
apologize.
dude.
I'll work on that.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I'm
You
living my
come
whole
back and be
life.
like, man, I'm mad at you.
Or not even that. Like I tell y'all, like I said, I keep on saying this. No matter where we at, no matter if it's us at a restaurant, us somewhere on a bike somewhere, I use myself as a testimony. To this day, just about 90% of the time.
Get that shit put on a t-shirt, nigga.
I'm
I use
possible.
myself.
No, because I do.
I got those shirts you said.
I wrote that.
I
really
still
do.
testimony.
I use myself as a testimony.
Light skinned Deontay.
So throughout all of our lives, we all have lost a lot of people that we were close to, whether it was too soon or not. I'm one who, when it comes to small, medium, or big conversations, I will step out on my patio, I will pour a drink, I will have a cigar, and I will have a conversation with everybody that's up there that's looking out for me, and just talk situations out. Even if I'm not honest with any of my real close friends, I'm gonna be honest with myself. And I'm gonna have that conversation with the ones up there. So, like, all right, listen, like, you know, this is good, but I know I need to leave her alone. Show me a way to get rid of that, because we all know, other than that, everything else is wrong. But I ain't gonna say that to nobody else. Or it's gonna be, you know, I don't like my job. You know, I gotta move. You know, I gotta change. But I gotta figure out how to move, because I can't just quit and not have no job. So put me in the right path. And I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but I feel everybody has to have that outlet.
we can only meet so often, or only meet a little bit of time. But everybody else has to find that outlet of whether it's just, even if it's just you with a TV on listening to music,
Right.
YouTube or Apple Music or whatever you have, Android, and you just sitting there with your drink. If you don't drink a Pepsi or ginger ale, and you just have a conversation, you just talk to yourself. Nobody has to know. You just have that like when you talk. I feel as though when you talk it out, say it out loud. When you say stuff out loud, it's better than in your head because you're hearing yourself.
And writing it down.
Or even writing it down.
Yeah.
It's you can't lie to yourself. You like, why did I write that? I know I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna be able to stick with that. All right, let me adjust it. Okay, I can do that.
So say everything out loud.
Out loud, like I said, out loud.
I can't stand y'all
Right.
niggas.
Or you just got,
It's cool.
or you just
I'm just glad I got that off my chest, Jesus. I knew I was sitting here and I was thinking about it for a long time. I just, I'm just.
You just gotta get to the point where when you start making those changes and you start being honest with yourself, you just gotta get to the point where you gotta make it for you.
Yeah.
Because as men, the biggest mistake or the biggest problem that most men have is our follow through. And this is the reason why we don't follow through. As men, we don't follow through because we tie, like when we get to the point we want to make a change, I ain't gonna do that no more. Or you hurt somebody. And you be like, you know what, I ain't gonna never do that no more, I'm gonna fix it. We don't follow through because we have a tendency to tie how people responding to the work we doing on ourselves. So if the people that we are like, you can hurt, like, so
That's good.
yeah, so like if you hurt somebody, if the person that you hurt isn't immediately responding to your changed action, you're like, what I'm doing it for?
Yes.
But you
then you shut down.
and then you shut down.
Then you shut down.
But it can't.
I don't never stand up in church.
Hey, stand up again.
But the only way you're gonna follow through is it's gotta be for you. See, because the hardest thing, okay, so here it is. The hardest thing for a man to do is get to that point where you know that it's changes that you gotta make, but you also tug of war and you battling with knowing that the work you're doing on yourself is not gonna be received by the people around
Hey,
you.
man, you about to make me cry, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the issue I just had with my mother. I'm
Yeah.
like, Mom, you can't accept my change. I gotta let you go.
Go, right.
And that's my mother.
Right.
You feel me? I'm like, listen, y'all keep holding on to the nigga I used to be.
Right.
I say, but I realize, like, listen, if you can't change, I can't change your thoughts.
Right.
But if you can't adjust and adapt to who I am now,
Right.
I gotta let you go. Because you
And
bring us
most-
too much negativity,
Right.
and I ain't got time for
And
that.
most
That's
people
gonna
ain't
bring me
gonna
down.
accept
That's
it
good shit, bro.
because the way you changing is not gonna be immediately received by everybody because the change you make is not benefiting them right now.
Facts.
But it's
That's
for you.
Hey.
You got and I'll tell somebody this. That's one of the hardest things you got to deal with as a man. That's why it's hard for a man to get his shit together.
And you know what? It's growth, right?
Right.
So I've been telling people, like, until you accept who you are and be in your truth, you ain't gonna prosper. This is the most I've ever prospered ever, bro. In business, relationship with God.
Yep.
I'm just saying, bro, because I'm like, I gotta have those real conversations.
Yep.
I gotta put it behind me. I gotta let go of the people
And
who don't believe my change and my truth.
And you gotta
And
be
I'm out there on my
cool.
own.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
cool with that.
Hey, I'm gonna say
You gonna grow, bro.
Hey, look,
That's good
hey,
shit.
Look, hey, real
I'm
talk,
telling you.
I'm gonna say this too, like you said, and
I get emotional when
Hey, look.
the truth is like this.
Yeah.
like seriously, like even my last 2 years, you know what I'm saying? The whole divorce thing, I was just operating, I was just moving, I was just doing what I had to do. Nobody knew a lot of shit that I was going through. Hell, nobody knew a lot of shit that she was going through. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I was just moving, make sure the kids was cool. Everybody else outside of me was cool, I'm cool. Or not even that, shit, the last 5 years for real. You know what I'm saying? But these last 2, this year and last year was probably my best years ever out of the last 10 probably. But I'm saying that because before, like before I was just like, and Jay can attest to this, you can attest to this, before I was drinking, heavy, I was drinking, I was just going out, kicking it, I didn't care about nothing else. As long as my kids was cool, I was cool. As long as the business still operating, I was cool. but my business wasn't functioning on the level it is now because where I'm at mentally.
Yeah, functional
I'm-
depression.
functional
Functional
depression.
depression look normal to
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah,
Dude.
and
So
now,
that's what they see.
and
Yeah,
now, and now,
everybody watching.
and now,
Oh,
honestly, everybody thought I had it together. Now, honestly, like last year and this year,
Yeah, you going up.
Leaps and
man,
bounds.
Hey, you know what? Cause you in your truth, bro.
yeah, I mean, and I was,
Hey, you
and like-
you talked about your struggles.
Yeah.
You talked about your new relationship with Tracy.
Yeah.
How she connect with your kids.
Yeah.
God
Put it
damn,
out
you don't
there.
say her name?
I knew you
It's the truth. It's the truth. Hey, it's the truth.
Hey, but what's so crazy
It's
is
the truth.
even with that. But no, seriously, what's so crazy?
starts
What's so crazy is, like AJ said, you had to be truthful with yourself. And I was truthful with myself. I knew, man, you drinking too much, you going out too much. And before, sex was my therapy. You know what I'm saying? Sex was my therapy. Drinking was my therapy. Going out was my therapy. Probably a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? That was my therapy.
You gotta get away from reality.
You know what I'm saying?
And this might be a question for Brian, because I'm gravitating towards your energy on some real shit, nigga. What do you do if you put in the work but you still rejected, though? You feel me? Like
Rejected by the lady.
whoever.
It's like,
Like for real, like
Okay.
if you find out that you have issues and you get diagnosed with some issues, you put in the work to fix yourself. You hit that finish line just to come to people that like
still reject that whole shit.
So,
stay where you at.
so when you start to go through that growth and that healing process, if you pay attention to it, your values and your standards change. It's certain stuff. It's certain stuff that you would have tolerated when you was here.
True.
That you realize going through your growth journey that you was only tolerating it because you was here.
Yes, sir.
And then you also get to the point where you realize that it was something that you never should have
I'm
done.
about to tell you what you want to say.
Tell
I'm about to tell you what you want to say.
me what I want.
You only operating at a level here because of who you with and who you around. You
That's
can
listen.
yourself.
I'm gonna tell you this.
That's expected.
The person that you with is how you view yourself. So when you hear the person that you talking to, that's you. That's how you view yourself. You view yourself as the person that you with when you here.
Absolutely.
So the thing about that is, if you working and you trying to grow through something with somebody, they gotta be growing with you too.
So-
Because you're not gonna be the same person.
But you know what? The crazy shit about that though, you know, you hear that old saying is, if you're the smartest person in your group, you need to change your group.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and again, I said
And you gotta
not
be
to,
able to listen too.
Yep.
and I said not to be boastful, but again, I know what these people do in this room. I know. So again, when it comes down to it, he ain't gonna let me be no bum.
Facts.
Right.
You ain't gonna let him be no bum. You ain't gonna let him be no bum. You ain't gonna let this motherfucker do a certain type of thing.
Yeah.
So if you're around a circle or a group that allows you to be a piece of shit, that actually congratulates you on being a piece of shit, that says that's cool. God damn.
Watch this. So, real quick, watch this. So, my man's going through his issue right now. I went through my issues. I done been there. I done seen myself. Outside looking in, looking at myself, I done seen me. So, my man's going through what he going through, and I go to him like, yo, I see you. Don't get lost. Don't get lost in that space you in. Cause it's hard as fuck to get yourself out of that space mentally. Once you get too gone. Wow. So, Glass, you know, I was gone. You and my mother. This nigga like, man, you ain't got no haircut. How the fuck you on the barbershop and you got no haircut? How you dressing up? How you dirty? How you like? Honestly, my mother,
Man, you putting on too much. I'd be like, man, you putting on too much weight, bro.
Hey,
Come on, let's
all
see
the
that
time.
gym, bro.
But you know what?
Come on,
That's
man.
accountability for my niggas, and that's who I can trust.
True.
When I know that I can go to my dude and tell him that, dude, don't get lost in what you doing. Find your way out. If you need help, I'm here. If he can come to me and tell me, dude, you doing too much, you can gain some weight, get back in the gym with me, If he can come and tell me, like, bro,
Yo,
I'm
circle
here.
honest?
Yeah,
I'm here.
got to.
You know what I'm saying? If I can talk to my cousins and they tell me, like, dude, I know what you're doing. I know where you at. You know what I'm saying? He saw me. We talk all the time.
What's wrong with you, man?
He didn't know, but we talked. He didn't know what I was going through or what we were, you know what I'm saying? Just period.
Shit, Rick, I called you from Florida,
Yeah,
not
you
even
did,
nigga, and I wasn't even, we ain't connected and been
Yeah.
around each other, but
Yeah.
feeling that energy, as you say,
Yeah.
shit, I called my man, we talked like we
Yeah.
talked yesterday,
Yeah.
and it continued to be that way.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like,
Still, it's
again, your circle, to be able to have that truth, that honesty, and say, hey,
Yeah.
man, you stink, or your breath, or
True.
you got a boogie in your nose, or
You gotta
You know,
like,
shit.
but wait. Because I know you trying to make me better.
absolutely.
No matter what, you trying to make me better. You ain't
But
talking
wait.
down on me.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said in reference to when you do make a change and it's not received. When you decide that whatever it is that you are going to be a different person, you have to mentally, in my opinion, you have to mentally also make that decision that that first initial person, that first initial time is going to fail. No difference in how many jobs have you been in
It's staying.
that you got fired from because of your own fuck up. Either you didn't do the job right.
Fire, nigga.
Hypothetically, Jay. Hypothetically.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you decide to make a change, it's not like you said, it's not going to be received by everybody.
Right.
So I have to understand that I'm going to be so raw and uncut, worse than BET uncut. And I know we all know that shit because I know we all the same age. It's like, right. We're gonna be so raw and uncut from that to where there's gonna be a lot of people that's not gonna be receiving me because one, I'm learning how to receive. I'm learning how to show people what my new me.
But
And so now I have to be honest enough to where I will lose some people, but they may go through some stuff to where they may come back
yeah.
because they were not there then.
But I'm gonna ask you this.
And I gotta be open for that.
You said you're going through the situation right now, you're not being received. Ask yourself, and just think about it. I guarantee you, if you've been doing the work on yourself, I guarantee you now for a fact that you got a lot more grace and you got a lot more patience than you had before you started.
Yeah, facts.
I know that, and I can tell you that just from me going to therapy and me going through my journey. So, like, even though, like I can see in your face, it hurts you the fact that you know you're doing this work and whoever ain't received ain't received. I saw it when you asked the question, but you ain't even upset about it. You disappointed.
That's all it is.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So like it's a situation where now, yeah, you wanted that person to receive you, but you ain't even hurt that they don't. You more disappointed that they don't.
Just right now.
And then you got patience and grace and an understanding to why they can't receive you.
Like I said,
It still hurt,
Right.
but I'm like, damn.
And then especially when you go through the process, first and foremost for yourself,
Yeah.
true, but a close second for that person.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, but you know what too, man?
They're the ones you want to see it. Yeah.
It's the fear.
Yeah, man. Y'all
Hey,
some
but what's so crazy is too, and somebody actually, Tracy told me this. So, going through what I went through, she was there to help. Turn around, she was going through some shit I didn't know she was going through. Right. Turn around and made her stronger
Yeah.
as well.
Going through that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So her helping me turn around, ended up, when I got together, ended up helping her as well. So individually, when you going through what you're going through and somebody receiving what you're going through and know you're trying to find yourself and know you're trying to make yourself better, once they see it and they understand it, that's how you know that it's at that full circle, man. That full
As a
circle.
coach on multiple levels, I said the same thing. use that
But
as
you was in
motivation.
Cambodia, bro.
Oh, you Brazil, Thailand.
Hey man, I don't know if I trust your coach.
Hey, I don't trust your
Hey, I don't know if I trust your white coach. Hey, Brian, sign me up.
No, but realistically, I say on a lot of different levels, with what you just said, and they not going with you, or they don't believe you change. Use that as motivation as fuel. I love it. I love it when people doubt me. I love it when people don't recognize that I'm not the Rico I used to be. I love that shit. Because I use that and I feed off of it. I know when I say, hey, I'm about to do something, and they like, you ain't gonna do it. I got you. I love it when they say you ain't gonna make it to this level. Man, I got you. And again, you have to be okay with yourself, as what he just said. If you're not okay with yourself, then what they say, you will take that in and you will digest that.
Every time. And you also you also, again, piggyback to what you're saying, you also got to be open to speaking out what your issue is. To yourself, to your bros, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's who's going to help you.
Cause y'all don't know how many years I fucked up, how many years I missed trying to keep shit in, trying to live up to the facade of it. Don't never seem like nothing is wrong with AJ. It don't never. He always a happy-go-lucky. He always the life of the party. He always making sure everybody cool.
Giving everybody their golden coins out your
And exactly. and then I get home and I be like, man, I'm fucked up.
Right.
But because I don't know nobody else who fucked up. And then like I gotta give you an example. I was told this at a young age, and I swear it fucked me up. I had a cousin who was like, he was like Barack Obama to me. He passed away. I was told by my pastor, and this how you know this shit was fucked up. And he pulled aside, he like, no man is supposed to cry. You don't show no weakness. I'm like 15, 16. You don't show no weakness, you don't cry. This man, like I said, this man was if you ever watched, what was that, Paid in Full, he was my Mitch. Saab, Gold BBS's, all of that. He was that nigga. Jaguar, when they was popping, I'm like, oh.
They still popping, nigga. I got Jack.
Okay, cool. Okay. He had the baby blue one. I can't afford.
You got one.
I can't afford to have a great job.
You got one? Yeah, they popping, nigga.
Right. I don't know, like I said, and it's like, he tells me this like within a week of him passing. So I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be, okay, I gotta be a hard person. Man, I break down probably the 16th day of the 14th, out of 14. I'm like, I fucked up. My pastor told me I couldn't show no weakness. I'm wrong.
That's what we taught though.
There's nobody that should be actually cool with me. It took my cousin's father, my uncle, like, fuck that nigga. That nigga was wrong. You've been trying to hold this shit in this whole time.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. And how it went out was my cousin's two niggas pulled up on us at the house in the Monte Carlo. He like, hey, tell Uncle to come outside. We're gonna ask him if he needs anything. We're gonna ride to the store. We're gonna get it for him. I'm like, and when I seen him ride up in Monte Carlo, it brought me back to my cousin being with them. I went in the house. I couldn't even ask my uncle. I just broke down. And my uncle was like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, I thought we had to be mad. I was like, he was like, man, fuck that pastor. Fuck that nigga. I was like, wait, but that's the pastor. He like, no, he was wrong. He told you.
Yeah.
I'm like, but he the pastor. He was like, he's still a man first. He was wrong. As a man, he was wrong. I was like, oh,
this is hard to
we might go in Hey, this one night gonna be 3 episodes. Hey, look,
You know we're talking about this shit later on.
that's why.
We're supposed to talk about this shit next week.
Yeah, it's about to be 3 episodes.
That's why I know.
We ain't changed clothes or nothing.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Hey, just switch shirts,
You know what? They have tricked us in society saying we supposed to be emotional, we supposed to cry, and we supposed to do all that shit. I'm great with the therapy part. I'm serious.
Oh, I'm gonna say something.
Men!
I'm gonna say something that's gonna counter your thought, bro.
Men.
I hope you saying
This is the problem. This is the problem that we have right now, and I know my daughter beat me up about this. I've had talks about this. This is why society is where it is right now. See, they said, "Oh no, show your sensitivity. Why you being so manly?" How the fuck you ask me how I'm being so manly? I'm a man. That's like asking a fucking dog, "Why are you so dog?" You're a goddamn man.
You going exactly where I was gonna take it.
So again, my thing is, it's certain thing that God put on our shoulders as men. I can't afford to have the luxury of being emotional. I got to fucking do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, I got to. It's not no thing where I can say, well, I can just call my mommy. Or I can call my man and ask him for the money. I can call my uncle and ask him for the money. As a man, I got to figure out how the fuck this shit is gonna work. So again, when they keep saying shit like, yeah, you know what, let it out. Yeah, we can let it out, but I'm gonna let it out on my balcony.
See, that's because as men, we get caught up in the kind of tailoring our life to perception. So how people, how we perceive, we kind of start to kind of taper off of who we know we are because how somebody gonna receive it.
And some of us don't.
And some of us don't.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So if you think I'm too strong of a man, that's how you receive
That's
it.
you.
That's you.
That's you, right?
Hey, but then you'll get a woman that accept that.
Exactly.
I accept
But
your man.
they gravitate to it, and
That's why I'm at.
they gravitate to that.
She's like, I accept your man. And I love that.
I love it.
But don't
I've never had a woman make me feel like a man. Like
But don't that make
I
you go
got.
harder?
Hell
Don't that make you go hard?
And she got the right to feel like a woman because she been waiting on me.
That's all she
But-
wanna do.
Wait, but this.
Hey, this might be for another
Yeah, all right, wait.
What you just said, that's what I'm gonna tell you. So you said that's who we are as men. So I totally agree in reference to yes, there is a lot that we do or that we are required to wear on our shoulders because we are men. I totally agree with you 100%. But at the same time, I feel as though there should be a balance in reference to, like you just said, what I said was speaking on or talking on the balcony or wherever you talk, but then at the same time, if I'm fucking up here having an issue about I got all these bills and I don't fucking know how I'm gonna do this, but when I talk to this man, when I talk to this
Say it
man,
again.
or
When you talk to who?
when I talk to this man,
When you talk to that man, or this man,
or whoever, and then
that's
he
how men are supposed to operate.
Yes,
We're not operating in no feminine energy.
Or they-
When I'm telling you, go to your girl and so imagine this shit.
Hey, man, I'm kind of fucked up, bro.
Dude,
Or
you
not
don't
even saying I'm fucked up.
Hey,
just
I got an outlet.
Just outlet. And then he tell me, so AJ, you know what? At the job I have, I actually met somebody who might be able to help. Let me see you this. He is not doing anything to demasculate me or whatever you want to call it. He's just like, you my nigga. I met somebody. Here you
You
go.
already used that example. You said Rico called you like, yo, bro,
Come
jump in the truck.
Exactly.
All right, we already know that.
Hey,
So that's
we
what
there.
so that's what I'm saying.
No,
So that's what I'm saying.
so go ahead. 'Cause I got-
Also, what do you do? And I don't know the percentage. I can speak for my goddamn self. I was raised by my mother.
Okay, I was raised by my
I
mom.
was raised by my mother.
Me too.
The first person I confided in when I was going through heartbreak,
Ooh,
heartache,
glad you said
is
this.
a woman.
Where's your
I'm
mother?
glad you said this.
It's a woman.
And that's,
My
and that's
father,
big
he
too.
was drunk. half
That's
my
big
life.
too.
I'm sorry,
That's
Dad.
big.
Me
Yeah.
too. Sorry.
Hey, that's big.
If you watching, just sorry. But my mother was
glad
the
you said
strongest.
big,
when I was
too.
around.
I'm glad you said it.
She died on
Hey,
November
Rick,
11,
you might not
2009. After that, it was nothing but.
I'm
women after
glad
that.
you said
And I got
that.
my man, my niggas, but at the same time,
Yeah.
This is
you want that like, yeah, I'm doing good because that's how my mother raised me.
See, that's-
Nigga, tough enough.
So guess
That's
what?
what
you
you
don't know how to
need.
raise a
Hey,
man.
That's what you need to know.
but
God,
guess what
bro.
though?
Men know how to raise me.
Your mother is the only one that you probably can ever confide in those weaknesses, those things that you need to
Man.
improve.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you this, and y'all take it as y'all want to. As a man, you ever confide your weakness to your woman, she will use that shit against you.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck with everybody. I know y'all
No,
gonna keep me alive.
that's true.
Y'all gonna keep me alive on this shit.
That's true.
But
That's true.
you imagine
That's
this.
true.
You, in their eyes, are the strongest person on earth, and they're calling you their man. So again, I want y'all to look at this shit for real. So imagine. So imagine this. So imagine this real quick, and I'll cut it with that.
No, we gonna keep going.
So you imagine all of us is here, and God moved the clouds, and He say, "Yo, the devil doing so much stuff."
We gonna view him like, what, dude?
Yeah.
For sure.
Are we gonna look at him as the most magnificent on the planet, on earth? No, we gonna say, "Damn, this nigga lightweight. Why is he crying about the devil?"
So listen,
Wow.
so you know why this is so important? Because we touching on that,
Wow.
and a lot of cats don't know that. They confide in anyone because that's all they know. That's all they
That's
memorize.
it's
program.
They program.
But
So-
now, so
Man, that's
so
that's
so
heavy
it's,
shit.
so going so
That's good shit.
stand on what you said. I'm gonna say this. To me, it was because I went through the same thing as you. Raised by my mother, strong black woman, and all that. It was 2006, 2007, and I call it how you had those rock bands that have those dark albums. Just about every great rock band had those dark albums. You was like, what the fuck was they going to do? It was great. It was her looking at me instead of looking at me as her son first and a man second, a man first and then her son second. It was okay, I can talk to him, but he may not take my advice and run with it. He may hear me, but he may not even tell me when he decides that he's gonna do something different. He took a little bit of it, and he may not even consult me after he hears me and say this. But I gotta trust that all the work I put into him, all the teachings I put into him, all the time of the whoop asses and all of that, and tell him, hell no, you can't do that, calling you by your first, middle, and last, that's going to actually work out. I may not see it as your mother. She may not see it in reference to, I may not see the vision. I may not even see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I know my son. I know it's gonna work. He may come to me, I may be like, this motherfucker is dumb as fuck, I don't know what he's doing. But I trust, I put my work into him. My mother says this every fucking time. He's my best work. I'm never going to fail because that's my nigga. That nigga's my best work.
Hey, but you know what's so crazy?
And
Like
so,
she's
when-
supposed to feel like
Exactly. And so she may not understand the road I take, but she be like, that's my best work. So whatever he
Let you know
do,
that?
every time I do something, she be like, you my best
See,
work.
my mother know that,
So,
but she don't let me
I
know
don't
that.
care.
See, my mother, y'all know my mother. Now, my mother, my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Outside of y'all niggas. But my mother's my best friend, like my rock. My mother knows secrets that
Don't none of y'all know. And I ain't gonna tell me that
You know what I'm
tell none of
saying?
y'all niggas.
Don't none of
And
y'all
she
know.
gonna take it to the grave.
And
with
she
her.
gonna take it to the grave, but I love my mother to death. And my mother raised me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of my stepfather, my father being there, my mother raised me. You know what I'm saying? So ass whoopings, punch, everything. She had to let me go, come back,
Yep.
everything. My mother knows everything about me. So right now, this is a whole other thing. My mother look at me, sorry dad, my mother look at me, she come to me first before she go to my father about certain things. So it's like, I'm like her, you know what I'm saying? You know, you the man.
It is switched to
but
where
it is switched, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a whole nother story. Is that a conflict? Is that a conflict? Or
It is.
how?
Life works like that, man. Because your mother getting up there.
You the predecessor.
And now
like
she
the
depends
vibe.
on
So,
me because
yeah,
I
yeah,
know,
like that.
you know.
But
it's
it's not a conflict of interest. It's not a conflict of interest. It's not. It's not because no.
I don't.
No.
Like, no, he's the predecessor. Don't listen. Don't
Listen. No. This is what.
He's supposed to be greater than what his dad was.
Yeah.
You know, this is who they raised.
Yeah.
I get it. But she out of bounds and out of order going to you as a son and not going to her husband. Now that's
something.
No. I'm
You
just.
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I don't
something.
give a fuck what it is.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Me and his mother that's my girl. We cool. We great. You know, and I'm All right, listen, though. We about to. It's 3 hours.
Hey, let's go, man. I know y'all want to hear it, so
We don't speak on this shit. We don't talk about.
We going in overtime?
We got
We're gonna break this.
Listen, man. You know, it's right now at this point, and that's why I love being in this room, and I love the energy. We got black men from everywhere, and I'm just before this whole thing got started, I'm listening to my man over here, and I don't know how long you've been married. How long you been married? Over 3 years. 3 years. Yeah. So during this time, you know, I'm over here and you're like, oh, how long you been married? Then I'm over here and you're like, how long you been married? How long you been married? I mean, like literally between everybody in here, you got damn near 70, 80 years of being married. You know.
This is a great time in Cleveland tonight, and I think what we look at is black excellence on display right now.
I feel blessed. From the moment I walked in the door, I heard Mr. Wheaton and congratulations and everything. Now all the way up to upstairs, same thing, man. It's a blessing.
I am feeling really grateful, very blessed. It's just an amazing experience to be able to be in the room with so many amazing people and people that are game changers and world changers. That's, you know, breaking bread and making businesses in Cleveland, Ohio.
This is a night, like, for the books for not only Cleveland but Ohio. I'm so proud of Tenora.
Marriage didn't work, and everybody always asks me that as a life coach or a relationship coach, and they say, well, how are you a relationship coach if you divorced? And I said, shit, I can tell you how to bust your head. You know, and that's it.
I like that one.
And really, that's really, it wasn't that I was a bad guy, he was a bad guy, he was a bad guy, or whatever the case may be. We tell you what not to do and how to operate.
And I don't understand why people don't see that as being valuable.
Because
programming, man.
Yeah, like, do you know how
Programming,
indispensable
man.
hearing somebody, man, do you know how?
Because we haven't got that.
Yeah,
We haven't gotten that from our people.
You know how much love that is? You know how much love I have for you? If you walk up to me and be like, young blood, I see what you're doing, you fucking up.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
I can tell you.
I can tell you how that's gonna play out. I've seen that movie.
But that's
Okay, right. Prime example.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I do it.
Man.
I tell people that. I tell people that all the time.
And I accept it when
Yeah,
somebody tell me.
hey, look.
That's why I said, I'm like, hey, if you telling me, hey man, you make me feel like I apologize, bro. What I need to do to get better.
Right. His prime thing was, nigga, if you gonna do something, just make sure your ass make it home.
Yeah.
Period.
Period. But again, being able to say it, you know, shit, we grew up, you know, I don't know where everybody grew up at. We grew up where you can get chastised
By everybody on the street.
by everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, nigga, you gotta straighten up.
Hey, this life ain't for you, little mama.
Hey, so
This life ain't for you, bro. I done heard that so many times. Trying to sell dope, trying to walk down the sidewalk in the price for the dope. Hey, my man,
that ain't you.
I'm
So,
like,
but again,
Moxie.
But again, that's the problem that we have this day.
Yeah.
Today is everybody saying I'm gonna mind my own business.
Yeah.
Everybody get mad at me because I speak that truth and I say, nah, if you fucking multiple niggas, you a hoe. I'm living in my empowerment. No, bitch, you are. If you still selling drugs and goddamn 50, nigga, you retarded. If you ain't invested that money into some shit already and been done with that dumb shit, man.
About 50?
Again. So when we having these conversations, it's okay to tell a motherfucker, hey, well, that's my son's been. You know what?
Right.
What?
It's my son's been. Like, me and my husband go out on dates, and me and my husband go on vacation. And hey, ma'am, you're doing too much.
I ain't never heard.
You know,
Oh, it's a lot of stuff.
all right. So again, we
That's a whole nother story.
Whole nother story.
That's a whole nother thing.
Listen.
First of all, if somebody says that, you need to run. If somebody says that words,
listen,
son's been, you need to
listen.
run.
I love my daughter. That's my girl. Home. I take her out. We go kick it a little bit. I'm not taking my daughter. So let's stop that shit. Stop saying I'm going on a date with my daughter or I'm going on a date with my son. Stop saying that. I'm going to have an experience. I'm going to have fun with my son and my daughter. Stop saying that shit because, again, as a man, if I keep saying I'm going on a date with my daughter, y'all going to look at me funny as fuck. I ain't going to lie. But a lot of women can say that shit. They out with they 21, 22, 23-year-old son like, I'm going on a date with my son.
Funny, I just sent Malachi with his mother.
And said, take him on a date, baby.
He took his mother today on a date.
So again, experiencing a good time. And again, I don't want to have this because I say it all the time. It's misunderstood information. Even though you meant the best when you said,
right.
Take your mom on a date.
Yeah.
But again, you gotta understand the mentality of a child. When you say, take my mom or take my son out on a date, you're not there right now, right?
No, he's next in line.
So he is the man of the what?
The house.
Take your mom on a date. Do you know how difficult it's gonna be for your ex to actually have a husband, or actually have a boyfriend, or actually have somebody in their life? Because see, your son is gonna ultimately say, "This is my woman." You can't do that. So again, I'm speaking this shit, and I know everybody gonna have a problem.
No. It's true. So I get what you're saying. It's just more so. It just has to be worded different because in reference to me and we both are very adamant on how we are with our kids. I have all girls. He has a boy and he has 2 girls. So for me, it's more so of when I do have them with me, it's more so of, and I've said this before, it's not about it's a daddy-daughter date. It's I'm teach you how a guy or a male is supposed to court you, take you out. So this is training.
Oh, I'm all with that.
We gonna have our times where we're just hanging out the house. We're gonna have our times where we just kicking it.
Why put a label on it though? Like, I don't put label on. I got 2 daughters.
Because
I say
because
like when we walking, like I'm not gonna get out, open the door.
Right. Because for me,
absolutely, we bet not touch.
That's what the man's supposed
for me it's
just doing it.
Why not put a title?
No, because for me there are times where like when you at work, you have training sessions. I don't care if you've been at work for 10 years. You still sometimes if you get a new position, you got to do a little bit more training. So for me, it's yes, I'm always going to show you the stuff that he's always supposed to do. But then we have specific times to where okay, I'm gonna show you from beginning to end what he's supposed to do, and then it's going to blend. He bet not at this age be sitting around on the couch with you, how I'm sitting on the couch, how you got your head on my shoulder. No, he can't do that with you. But when it is time and he asks you out, this is what you're supposed to do.
But you also ain't gonna sit there and tell your daughter when it's time to give up that pussy. That's deep.
That's gonna be
that's real life.
So that's gonna be a bridge. I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm gonna be honest right now. That's gonna be a bridge. That comes
from the mama though.
No, he don't.
It don't come from the
no.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna be 100.
The father not gonna say it. We not gonna
listen. I'm gonna be 100.
But what I am going to embody and show her.
I want to be a grandfather one day.
No,
that's how you
say it. But I'm gonna go real on. I'm gonna go on the fucking line right now. Now do this. I'm gonna go real on the edge. You don't have no kids.
Oh, they got good.
Oh, you got girls?
I got 3 girls and 4 boys.
Hey.
Oh, I would never tell my girls that I want to be grandfather one day. And I'm sorry because I was
no, I get it though.
But I'm not doing it.
It's at a certain point in their life.
I get it.
Hey, it's a certain point in their life. Hey, you 30,
Hey,
you can say,
but you,
hey,
hey,
I want to be
But you
grandpa.
know
I get what you're saying.
I'm about to
but
die
at
at
the
age.
same time,
I want to be grandpa.
I ain't saying. I'm not saying that.
No.
30 though, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying that.
no, but what he just said though was, you ain't gonna say when to get a pussy up.
Oh, no.
We can't say that.
No,
But-
hell
But
no.
you ask my daughter. Me and my daughter got the most open relationship period. And I tell my daughter, I say, hey, 23 ain't no more giving pussy up for free. I said, you need to be dating.
You said it just like that?
Told her exactly.
Hey,
Hey,
no,
bro,
wait,
I said vagina. I said vagina.
Okay.
I said vagina. I said vagina. I said vagina.
Okay, vagina, okay.
Ain't no giving no vagina up for free. I said at 23 you need to be dating with the goal to be married. You're not giving nobody no more vagina.
Okay, that sounds better.
Not dating, just a date.
You're not dating or giving up just a date. Like I said, the shot value, they got it. So,
I get what you want to hear right now. Believe correct, but
exactly. If we don't start discussing these things, like so, I had I want to say it wasn't a seminar, but it was a group of women that was probably like 40 women, and one of the black women in the group said we were not raised to be married, and I was thinking at the time,
I read that somewhere.
and I said, no, baby girl, that's just you. I said, that's just you, baby girl. It ain't everybody. And I seen the fucking group of people go.
No, I ain't stop talking about it.
So it struck something with me where it kind of fucked with me a little bit. So I get in the car with my daughter, we going, we about to go kick it, and I say, damn, babe. I say, baby girl, your mother, did she teach you how to be a wife, or did she, were you raised to be? She said, no, Dad. And I feel bad as fuck because she's like, well, Dad, shit, you raised me to be like you.
right. Yeah.
Misunderstood information because I told my daughter, like, you don't need no nigga. Damn, I should have never said that.
Right.
Yes, you do. I tell her every fucking day now. You need you one. And each time that I've had this conversation with, I hate saying modern day women now, they're like, nah, she don't need to be thinking about getting married at 23. She don't know herself. She need to be married at like 30. I said, so she can be on a dick care herself?
That's all it is.
I said, because that's what it is. Why the fuck would she wait? I said, I seen a blog and I seen, or a picture or a meme or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and it was 4 white girls with wedding rings, and they I think the shit was wedding rings and degrees. When the fuck did black people that live in marriage start saying we don't need to be married?
It was all white women.
God damn. And I didn't want to say that, man. But it's true.
Speak your truth, bro.
So with that being said, I know you gotta do it. I know you gotta do it. So my thing is, as men, we need to start exactly in putting that shit in their head. We talking about programming. Program that shit. Hey, all that kicking it, all that twerking, all that goddamn girl trip, all that bitch
You know what? Girls don't usually get that from their fathers. They don't get that from their fathers. So this is like the time fathers need to know, hey, program that.
You better start saying it because
They
again,
gonna keep getting smashed. Now your body count up, your value low. You know what I'm saying?
Or you got a baby.
Oh, that means
I
something?
don't know who it's from.
You tell your daughter that if you like that, though, yourself.
how can I tell my daughter if I was a whore?
You gonna tell her to go to Cambodia?
No,
you gonna tell her to Jamaica.
When you know you're attracted to those things as well.
I'm not attracted to that shit at all.
That's your example?
So no, I love that though. I love that he said that. So because a lot of women, so that's the show tomorrow is what men want, and a lot of women really feel that way. Like we want the girls with the BBLs and we want the girls that's twerking. No, we want to have fun with them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fun. We ain't listen.
I ain't taking them home.
That's not something.
Quality want to know that though.
I use the past tense, so I say can't.
Actually,
That's not something I
quality
really
want to
can't.
know that. Some know, but you got some women that would mess their bodies up just to
try to
get
stick with that.
like that. Yep. Because they think that we want that. They think we want that.
Well, we keep saying it.
But
Everybody's quality
a lot of
different,
what men do is for women.
But here's the problem with the women. Here's the problem with the women that do the surgeries, the BBLs. This is what makes y'all unattractive. Outside of just getting the surgery or the operation. The problem, with the reason why most of us men don't like those BBLs, is because all your confidence comes from those enhancements.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All of your confidence is coming from the enhancements.
Hey, and then not only that, and not only are the confidence coming from that, but then also you got the you have the issues with the body,
The body dysmorphia.
You got the what is it called? Where keloid skin.
See the problem. And then not even that. Most of the women ain't even doing the BBL for men. Y'all doing it because y'all in competition with other women.
I would say other women.
They seen all these.
So again, I used a girl told me that shit one time. She said, "We ain't doing it for them. We ain't doing it for them." And I'm like, "Bitch, you crazy? You doing it?" No.
How you learn about it?
Dudes, if y'all listen, y'all motherfuckers really better start paying attention. We as men say again, goddamn, we going like so many sessions that we need to be talking about this shit and touching on it for a while. We dipping and dabbing this shit, but again, I can talk to most of these niggas and say, "Hey man, how many of y'all love them snuffleupagus goddamn eyelids? Hate them. Nobody. They hate them. Alright, how many of y'all want them long ass weeds? Hate them. How many of y'all niggas really want a chick with a BBL? Hate them. So then you like, if we telling y'all, this is the shit that we don't like and y'all keep doing it, they are doing it for us.
Hey, Rick. Hey, my girl right now, she get her lashes done. All right?
Wait, I
don't even notice it.
I wasn't even saying, because I wasn't saying about, she didn't say nice.
No, I'm going to put it out there. She gets the small ones. Yeah, the nice ones.
Okay.
I wouldn't even know if it was your real shit or not.
Oh, yeah.
Only ones I notice the ones that be waiting. So I'm like, baby, flappers. And she feels some kind of way when like she might be missing one. I'm like, I don't even know.
I don't care about that.
We don't. Listen, we don't care. And that's. Listen, my girl right now, you know, when she want to get fly, she get fly. But most of the time, she has some motherfucking joggers and a t-shirt. I'm buying that shit. Some jeans and some Timbs for me with a. You about to get up right now. You don't. But again, we as men, the things that y'all think or women think that we want, that's not the shit that we want. So I asked this question.
Simplicity.
I asked this question literally yesterday in the bar, and I said, "Hey man, y'all don't do it today. We're gonna do it tomorrow. Name 3 things you get a Build-A-Bear. Just like we see on Facebook or Instagram, you say, well, you can get Michael Jordan and LeBron for $4. You can get Kobe for $2. You can get some role players for $1. Build-A-Bear. You only get 3 things. What is the top priority for you as a man? As a woman, what is the top priorities as you as a woman? And listen, you can say some cute shit out your mouth, but let's keep it all the way in the buck. What the fuck do you want? You know, because it was some shit that was said in the bar last night, and I just looked at these niggas like, so you just don't lie to me like, I just gave you some money. You know, no, looks don't matter. Shut the fuck up.
Oh no, they do. They definitely do.
Shut the fuck up.
Every dude gonna have
Shut the
looks.
fuck up.
Every guy gonna have looks.
Because it's certain things.
Women might not have looks. We gonna have looks.
So wait, I'm glad you said.
Every dude gonna have
I'm
looks.
glad you made that statement about what the dude said, because somebody asked me in reference to, and I don't know how it went, but it was like, all right, so if you there's a show. I don't know on what series it is, but they was watching, they was streaming it. And it was about trying to fast track a marriage. You got men and women from Atlanta. They was put into this particular island or whatever, and how they dated was they was not able to see each other. There was a wall or whatever up.
Oh, Love is Blind.
Hey, I'm gonna say it like you watching it. I knew the name.
I know the show. I don't watch it. I just know the show.
No, you watching it. You knew the name. You said it. You said it.
So like I said, so it's basically a way to fast track a marriage in reference to not putting looks into it. So the question was
All y'all niggas do that shit.
So
Don't try to play me.
I ain't never watched it. So I'm gonna give you both. It's a two-part to this, and it really is a big one. So the first part was, it was like, all right, AJ, could you do that? I was like, no, because looks play a part into it. Like, I'm a person, I said, if I am deciding to marry a woman, my wife, in my mind, in my eyes, she need to be the baddest chick to me. No chick can stand a candle to this woman of mine. I don't care how her body look. I don't care what nobody else.
To you.
To me. I said to me, I'm married. Ain't nobody else married. I'm married. So when I say I'm proposing, I'm saying I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you. I don't care if you find every woman from Belize, Jamaica, Canada, Caribbean, I don't care. Cambodia, I don't give a fuck. I don't feel like my fucking wife is the baddest chick. But that's just me. And so I was like, that's why I could never do it. So the person was like, oh, so then looks play a part. I was like, most definitely. It was like, oh, so then, what did they say? They said you are
shallow.
Exactly. Thank you. I was like, would not be shocked. I was like, because can't nobody sit here and tell me when it comes to a car, when it comes to a house, I don't care how much money you had, you could not buy a car, a house, sight unseen. And it was like, we're gonna give you 15 acres. The house will be bad. Don't worry about it. You like, no, I need to see it. I need to make sure I fall in love with it. I need to make sure it's right for me. I'm like, and that's what it is. So the second part was in that same series, and I know this is gonna be a totally different topic, and I'm gonna put it in.
We only got
make
9
sure
minutes left, man. We gotta get up there.
The dude who was married, he
Barbershop closing.
He was married.
Barbershop Talks.
What barbershop? What barbershop you got? Where we at?
This was the second part. The second part was the guy had a secret that he did not want to convey because, again, this was a show that he was trying to rush a marriage. And so, I'm going to get into it tomorrow when we come to you. But it was a real personal thing that he did not want to let out. So the question was posed to me, was like, AJ, if it was you, what you talk about? I was like, so when it comes to marriage, you have to have a bond. When it comes to you proposing, you have to have created some type of interaction, some type of friendship, some type of bond to where when I decide to propose to you, you have to be on the damn near cusp of being my best friend. That way, when it is time for me to actually convey or talk about my insecurities or the stuff that I got going on with, I can trust that's what we're gonna do. When you rush this shit, when it's a fast 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, I can't trust you with shit. When it comes to women with doing all this to their bodies and now they want all of this, no, you're trying to fast track the shit that it takes time to do. You enhancing your body, I don't want that. I want you to be you. And then when it comes to your personality and your body, and I get over the years, shit will fall down, shit gonna get bigger. But I'ma still love you for who you are because of the bond that we have, because of how long we've been married for this, or we've been together for this. And as it goes on, we've been together for this, but we've been married for this. And so then that way, like you said, how you are, it's I don't give a fuck what goes on. It could be 2059. That woman gonna be sexy to me. Yeah, because of all that.
And I'm gonna say this too, brother, because I don't get discouraged by nothing that we talk about. This is just us being all the way open and being real.
Shit, divorce her ass today.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
He bought it. Oh, never mind. He bought it too. Never mind. But no, real talk. Marriage is a great thing, man. It's a great thing, especially when y'all building. Y'all got kids. Y'all accomplishing shit that is set to bring y'all down. Y'all y'all on top of everything. So marriage is a great thing. My thing is to you, man, just make sure y'all keep that communication level wide open no matter what it is. Talk about it. Don't go to bed mad. Make sure you talk to her. Make sure she talk to you. Make sure whatever's on your mind, speak that shit. Because my issue was I never talk about nothing. Ever. Now I can talk about anything. Hey, look, if it's something bothering me, I can talk about it. I'm gonna mention it to anybody anything that's bothering me, I'm gonna mention it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing for you is to talk to her, make sure she good. You know what I'm saying? Keep her happy, but make sure you happy too.
Be a superhero, because that's what he tried to do. He tried to be a superhero and not unload. Because like I said, I knew both of them separate. So when I seen them together, I kid you not, the first time I seen them together, they was dating. It was up in Beechwood at this bar called Capers. It was inside my hotel. I kid you not, listen, I was 100%. I walked in, and Capers was like this.
Hey, Capers was nice.
Best happy hour bar to go to.
Nice.
I'm kicking it. They over off in the cut.
They like Capers.
I look up, I'm like, hey. And they both arm in arm. I'm like, so they was like, hey, so you know, I was like, hey, both of y'all, okay, all right. So it was late, I'm talking to him, I'm like, so we cool? We good? Hey, man, this is my boom out. I was like, okay, all right. Like, I know you, nigga. You know me, gotta be good. He's like, yeah. So then I actually go around. I called my cousin. I was like, hey, call your friend. We need to talk. I told her, hey, we good? Hey, he cool? Cause I know that's my nigga, but you still my girl. She was like, that's my boo. You should have introduced me one time. And I was like, I'm throwing my hands up. I'm good.
Hey, real quick,
I'm good.
I know we don't want to end on a certain level, but hey, real quick, everybody, real quick, good, grab hands real quick. I'm gonna do the Thanksgiving that y'all won't doing this.
That's big, brothers.
Lord, thank you for this time. Thank you for this bond that we have. Jesus way. All right, that's good. All right.
Wait. Come on back. No, wait, turn it on. Come on back. I got this. And I am not the most religious person, so we're gonna be like, all right, so listen, everybody, shut up. All right, so listen, this is what we're gonna do. So listen, no matter what nobody's going through, no matter what everybody has going on in their lives, if you can make it another day to call one of us here, to call somebody that you're cool with, make that phone call. If you know somebody else that might be going through some stuff, don't be too proud not to call them and say, hey, let's talk. If they lost somebody in their life, shut up. If they actually are going through some stuff with kids and family, but from this point on, with us having this conversation here, let's do better as men. Let's try to be that vessel in that life for other people to shine. Because it
So we ain't gonna eat no food.
Be quiet. It's not about when we shine. It's not about us outshining somebody. It's about other people having the ability to shine themselves. Amen.
Hey, stay right there right quick. Hey, stay right there. Hey, stay right there. I want to get it like how y'all was. Like how y'all was just holding hands and praying. Come on, man.
You about to get that shit. Holding hands and shit.
I'm gonna keep that car. I know you call me.
He trying to get the big piece of shit.
Shit didn't go.
Yo, with that, that's a wrap.
That boy